Hey, it's Rob Lightfoot, proud two-time alum of Rowan University.
And I'm Jessica Kennedy, also a two-time Rowan alum. And you're listening to
Beyond the Brown and Gold.
Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM presents Beyond the Brown and Gold, a show that highlights the lives and memories of Glassboro State and Rowan University alumni. Now, here are your hosts, Rob Lightfoot and Jessica Kennedy.
Today's show featured artists Lou and Jay Reyes, both from the class of 2013. Brothers.
They're really cool cats. So essentially they came here, two guys, both EOF program here, so a great program that we have at the university, came through, got their little taste coming from Camden of what college life was, got to meet some new folks. And then they talk about their journey through different
Greek orgs.
Greek orgs and all that came through. But they're doing some creative stuff now.
They're really cool. They're amazing artists. I'm going to actually give you their information right off the bat so that if you're like, hey, do I want to listen to this episode? You do. And you want to find the Super Poor Kids on Instagram because this will really give you an amazing idea of the kind of art that Lou and Jay are doing. It's so cool to watch them. They do give their handle in the interview, but I just want to give it right up front so that you could get an idea of what they're talking about when you can look at it. So it's the Super Poor Kids, so Super Poor Poor Kids. Their artistry is amazing. They've done some really cool things, just really unique designs. Fun.
Yeah, and I think it's a good inspirational story for kids too to listen to, like to find out what they can do.
So first time ever we have brothers in the studio.
I guess we've never had a brother duo.
We've had prof sweethearts, so couples. We've had
nice.
parents and children, but we've never had brothers.
And we've never had brothers that have different facial hair.
No, so we have a heck of a beard.
We got half a beard, but then this is a thing right here.
This mustache.
Let's talk about that. That's well groomed, my man.
Yes, going the Salvador Dali route, they're usually a little higher. I mean, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I go to work, I kind of put them in like little rolls.
So if you shower,
I look
just
like
come
a
down?
catfish.
Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that picture.
I wake up in the morning, they're just like all
sensei.
over the place. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so Salvador Dali had that.
Yeah. So sometimes, I was keeping them up for a while.
Yeah.
And then, where was I? I was at a restaurant. I was eating wings. And when I was chewing, I poked myself in the eye with one side. And I was like blinded. And I was like, and I'm losing it. I had
We're
sauce on
talking
my
about
hand.
his mustache. You can't see.
Yeah, had sauce on my hand, touched my eye. It was a mess.
Oh,
So I was like,
man.
you know what? Let me just
tone it down.
Yeah, let me just keep them down here a
a
little
little
bit. Yeah.
We have some solid facial hair in the room. Sorry, Rob.
No, sorry. I didn't shave today and people noticed. I was like, one day, really? I was trying to compete, guys. I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
So introduce yourselves because we have two people. Usually we're interviewing one person, so it's clear, easily identifiable whose voice is whose. So just so people can kind of get used to your voice, we'll start with the eldest brother. If you could tell us your name and just how you made your way to Rowan, and then we'll get.
Oh man, you want us to introduce ourselves first? Because
Yeah.
I don't know, this story might get drawn out. Listen, I'm Louis Reyes, Lou Reyes. I'm the older brother.
I'm Jay Reyes, the younger brother.
I feel like he has a deeper voice, but
does.
the deeper voice, okay.
But y'all are really. I found out earlier. Y'all are really. You're really, really close.
Really close
in
yeah.
age.
We're
Yes.
Irish twins, 361 days apart.
Yeah.
So
Because when I saw both graduated in 2013, I was like, how does that work?
How's
They're
that?
not
Yeah,
twins?
you thought they were twins.
Yeah.
He was a super senior.
super senior.
Okay.
It's
All right.
because I loved Rowan so much. I
That's
I
the
just
good
wanted to
answer.
stick around.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
good answer.
I loved it. I just want to stick around for a little bit.
So how did you all? Let's go back to are you the only siblings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk
let's
about
go
that.
back.
Yeah. Because
let's
I'm
not
a
start
mom
here.
of two boys, and
Okay.
they're 2.5 years apart, so much further apart. But what's it like to grow up with somebody so close in age? Did you all hang out?
Where'd you grow up?
Yeah.
All that.
Oh man. We're from Camden, New Jersey. Both of us, literally, for as far back as I can remember, done everything together. All our friends are the same friends. Besides being in two separate grades, one grade apart, it was always, you're Lou. Oh, you're Lou's brother, right? So even when Jay got to those grades or like high school, it was like, oh, all right, we know you already because we see you all the time. So
You guys were hanging out all the
yeah,
time.
yeah. So again, we've been tight, super tight since we were younger. I think it's not. I don't want to say weird. I know everybody's relationships are different, but when people say like, "Oh, I'm not close to my sibling," or "Oh, I haven't spoken to my brother in like a week or two," I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like, wait,
Yeah, it's super
what's
weird.
happening? You know what I mean? Like, me and him are just super tight, and you know what I mean? I couldn't have it any other way. I think like I get separation anxiety if I'm like away from this guy for too long. I'm like, oh man, all right.
Yeah, I went to Mexico City for a month. Oh man, this guy.
Oh my god! And he's a wild guy. This is the wild guy. I'm the tame one.
Yeah.
So like I have to have his location on my phone just to
You
make sure
follow
I'm
him?
like randomly
cute.
throughout the
Putting your
day.
stuff out there. He's
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
your stuff out
Throughout
there.
the day, I have to
At least
look
I
at
know
my
he
phone.
cares.
Yeah, I have to look at my phone and be like, all right, he's still at that location. All right, he's okay. Yeah. So I mean, the older I've gotten, I'm like, oh man, I'm like mom. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm mom, and I he's a grown man. We're the same, pretty much the same age, and I'm still like, I got to make sure he's good. I got to make sure everybody's good. So,
That's
yeah.
brotherly love right there. Did
Right,
you
but
always
also
look up
too-
to him, or
Yeah, for sure. But also too, growing up, he leaving out the
the good stuff?
he used
Okay.
to beat, you know.
You
So
see?
we-
always
you
fight.
know,
We
Yeah,
used to
that's
fight all
that's
the
what
time.
big siblings do.
Yeah.
Right? They beat up on the little ones.
But then
Yeah, he
again,
used
like
to take advantage though too, because he was a little chubbier than me.
I was a little chubbier, but he was always taller, so it was always
He always
like
wanted
you know,
to be like the Undertaker's. Like,
yeah, we used to wrestle a lot. Yeah,
yo,
so he used to catch
wrestling
it.
was our thing.
The video game stuff, he used to get very upset. You man, I admittedly would not let him play it. Oh, one
This is
more time.
why I'm not a gamer now.
Yeah.
He's the
He
gamer.
didn't let you.
Yeah,
didn't
well,
let me
just
game.
give me one more
No.
game, one more game. I'll be there, and then
Hour goes by, I'm like, I'm tired already.
I'm still here, guys. What's going on? Yeah, so I mean, but again, we were raised again super tight. I'm sure my mom wanted to throw both of us out of a window plenty of times. We done broke every figura. Yeah, in Spanish, like every vase, anything glass in the house. We
was
done
broken.
broke it and
Super glued it back
try
together.
to super glue it and use nail polish to kind of cover it up. And
So you were artists even then.
I
trying
guess
to-
so. Yeah, because we're coming full circle. Yeah, everything. We broke everything. We used to play football with a pair of socks like rolled up, just throwing everything. And God bless my mother.
It's a special human to be
Yeah,
a boy mom. That's what
for
That's what I
sure.
tell myself at least.
When we got older, it was like, oh, okay, like I can see that. You know what I mean? It's not like one's leaving the other, or like I got to worry about two different. It was like, all right, where one's at, the other one's gonna be there.
You're together.
And then it's always like, Lou, what are you guys doing? I was like, why don't you call Jay? Like, and he was like, no, I got to call you. What are you guys doing? We're doing this, and that. Okay, mom. All right. So as we got older, I guess it got a little easier for her because we kind of like policed ourselves, and I mean, we stuck together. So she didn't have to worry about too much.
So you all grew up in Camden, so not far from here.
Yes.
What had you interested in Rowan? Did you decide to come here together?
So I was undecided for like 2 years, and I'll get into all of that. But like, I was an average student. I didn't get bad grades. My mom is 4'9", 4'10", and scared the out of us. And it was just like, you know what, I can't come home with bad grades. But I never came home with the best grades. I was never like super into school. I think at that time we have a pair of older cousins that we look up to, like brothers. One was in college at the time. And I think like in our whole family, like cousins, and I think he might have been like the first one to go to college. But even then it wasn't something that like, all right, we're going to graduate high school and do that. We actually went to Camden County Technical School. So we was in Pennsauken taking trade.
And what trade?
We're both in automotive.
Okay.
So
Go figure, right?
yeah, right.
Follow each other.
I think 1 year we were like in the same class together, so it was cool though. But it was like that high school gets you ready for a trade, and then once you're done, it's like, all right, go out into the world and you know what I mean, get a job in the automotive field. So the guidance counselor came around one day and was just like, hey, it's like college application time, fill out college. And again, I'm not paying her no mind. I'm just like, all right, whatever, lady. And
Like,
then she
I'm not
says,
going.
and then she says, if you come over to the office, you can get out of class for a period or two. Like,
Oh, so that's what
and
got
it
you.
was just like, whoa, okay, rewind. We could do what? And she's like, yeah, you skip class for a little bit and come over and fill out the application. I was like, all right, cool. So I don't know if it was by design. I don't know how it played out.
They tricked you.
Yeah, well, she was like, yo, there's 3 applications here. I don't know if she gave everybody Rowan, but Rowan was the one that ended up in front of me that day. She's like, fill this whole thing out. And I saw like the packet. I'm like, oh my God, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. So I'm sitting there, I'm just filling things out. And I'm just like angry that I'm still there, just filling this paperwork out. I give it to her, hand it in finally. And right before I go back, she's like, here's Stockton and here's Rutgers Camden. application, fill those out and bring them back to
Your
me.
hand was tired, though.
I literally, there's a trash can right outside the office. I literally threw those 2 applications in the trash.
Wow.
Shows his age.
Yeah.
He said written.
Yeah.
His hand was tired.
Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, again, just had no idea what I wanted to do after high school, but I also wasn't convinced that I wanted to go to college. Filled out the application just to get out of class, threw the other 2 in the trash, went to class, forgot about it. A couple months later, I got like the acceptance letter to the EOF program. And even then I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that. And then I just like kind of just left it on the table.
When
like,
it came in the mail, was your mom like, hey, what's this
yeah,
about?
like, hey, what's going on here? And I was just like, oh, yeah, there's some, whatever, you know what I mean? Again, no indication of, oh yeah, I'm doing this. It's just like, all right, it's there. The paperwork is on my table now. And even then, it wasn't up until, so graduate high school, it wasn't up until like the day before the EOF program started here at Rowan that I literally that night made my decision to be like, and again, the slacker mindset of, what am I doing tomorrow? I don't got much going on. I might as well just
Go to college.
Yeah,
let me just start college.
You
Yeah,
didn't even have your name tag, right?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't
Nothing,
think
like-
this guy was coming.
So my mom, thank God, she was like prepared. She was doing like she got the paperwork and she was like, oh, just, you know, just in case, let me make the phone calls and do. She did everything on the back end, but like the decision was like up until the day, and because we had to like pack stuff, like we had to pack clothes because you lived here for over the summertime, so I had to pack clothes. I did none of that, and then it was like, I don't got nothing to do tomorrow. I might as well just give it a try. Why not? And then sure enough, packed my bags, and then I remember getting dropped off. Getting dropped off right in front of the student center, and my mom and my aunt driving off, and I remember just like, what did I do? What just happened, bro? Like,
it wasn't like freedom. It was
no,
like,
it was so, again, like I grew up in Camden my whole life. Couldn't tell you where Glassboro was on the map. Like I don't know anything. The drive up, it's a 20-minute drive. I'm like, I'm 3 hours away from home. I don't know what's happening. So I get dropped off at the student center, and I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna be like, what did I do? Again, it took maybe 2 or 3 days, and I was like, yo, this is the best thing I've ever, like, this is the greatest thing. And I think it was just so, like, I didn't know at that time that I longed for more than what I had. I don't even want to use the word networking, but, like, I was meeting people that were different. You know what I mean? I only knew people from Camden.
Yeah, you
know
didn't know what was out there.
Yeah, my world was so small. You know what I mean? So to expand that in 1 or 2 or 3 days, I was like, man, like, this is great. I'm meeting people from Atlantic City. I'm meeting people from North Jersey. And it was like, this is the greatest thing. Like, this is so fun. And then going to school and then doing all of that stuff, it was like, oh, this isn't that bad. The perception of college is like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's scary. You know what I mean? You got all these papers and all this work to do. But got there and I was like, oh, this is manageable. Like, I can do this work. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not a dumb guy. Like, I can figure this stuff out. And lo and behold, you know what I mean? I finished, and then I get to campus, and then a year later, this guy pops up.
Did you miss him?
Yeah, what were you doing when he was all doing this? You were in school? doing
Yeah,
your
I was
thing?
a senior.
Now,
in
were you
high
filling
school.
out applications too?
That's a funny
only
story, too.
one.
Yeah.
Only one I did was Rowan.
Okay.
Because you wanted to be with him, or because?
Well, yeah, I mean, because because he would bring me up,
Yeah.
and I would go to
Parties.
little parties, little party,
You don't mean the
Love the
library. You meant the
honesty.
library, right?
little parties at the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, this is what it's like. I'm definitely gonna fill out the application.
So did you bring
I
him
went
onto campus a lot when
Oh,
you
yeah.
were in
Like,
your
yeah.
freshman year?
Like every weekend.
I went to a homecoming too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
homecoming.
So yeah,
And
got
then,
that
like,
side of it. So I was like, okay, yeah.
I can do
Academically,
this.
I'm good.
yeah. He was always better than me academically. So I had no doubt in my mind he would be solid when he got to campus.
Yeah.
I think it was just the perception of what college is. We knew nobody that went to college.
Zero clue.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was like. So for us to get an education, but we're able to also have fun and a little bit of freedom, you know what I mean? For the first time, it was like, oh, this is an amazing experience that, you know what I mean, had I not decided to skip class that one day, you know what I mean? Like, the trajectory of both of our lives could have been completely different if it hadn't been for that. And just a quick side note, I got to shout out Mike. My boy Mike graduated with me, but then he decided to go to Camden County College.
He came through with me.
Yeah, so he went through the EOF program with him. He decided to go to Camden County College. I came to Rowan. I loved it so much, I convinced him to drop out of Camden County College. He just dropped out of college. because I was like, yo, I can get you into the next EOF program. I promise you I can get you.
Look at you making
Yeah.
a
It's like
deal.
an admissions counselor.
Yeah,
Love
so
that.
I ended up getting, so I was like living in the EOF office. Like, how do I get my
But
brother?
apparently you couldn't go through EOF if you had like a year of college already.
Yes, yes, that was the
That's what it
stipulation.
was.
Yes,
That's
so
why
he
he
had to
said-
drop out. So he,
You're like, you're too close.
yeah. So he ended up, I don't know what his parents were. I don't know how they
You're
reacted
like,
to that.
geez, this
But he
kid.
dropped out on a whim that I could get him into Rowan. And
Whoa.
I was like living in the EOF office, like, hey, I got a best friend and I got a brother who will be perfect for this program. And he's not here. He doesn't go to, he stopped working there maybe like my second year of college. But it was a guy named Mr. Aviles. He was like, I'm going to get those two in here. And lo and behold, the next summer, he got both of them in.
And we all graduated.
We all graduated together.
Oh,
So it
that's
was-
so cool.
Yeah, so it was a cool moment.
So now where did you guys find your interest as far as like what you wanted to major in and what you wanted to pursue for careers? Like where did that sort of inspiration come from?
Honestly, just going into
Or
college.
you just put it in like a bag and just pull a name out of it?
I knew so RT. I was RTF.
Yeah, that's the best one to be.
That's what Rob
Right.
and I
That's what we are.
And,
Boo.
okay.
Come on.
Tomato.
Yeah, but it was like just creative. And I knew I wanted to do something creative, and we was already doing art, and we felt like we were already doing art. So like being an art major was kind of like far fetched, right? It was like kind of like
It's like, why do what we love to do and go? It was weird. All right, so I'll give you a backstory. We worked at a company that we created art. This is how we got our our foot in the door with art. We started at a company that hand painted clothing at 15 and 16.
Okay.
We were working with adults. They were in their 20s, they were in their 30s. All of whom, whoever went to college that worked there, all was art majors. And they were constantly drilling, do not go to school.
because they knew we was going to college soon.
Don't go to school to be an art major. Don't go to school to be an art major.
Because you could be an artist no matter what.
right.
And it was there. I remember one guy saying, "You're still in high school. I have an art degree. We're working the same job."
Okay.
And again, being in South Jersey is not like, you know what I mean? It's not New York City. It's not Chicago. It's not Atlanta or LA. You know what I mean? It's South Jersey. You can go to Philly and maybe find something, especially around that time. Like you may find something creative, but it wasn't promised. So they were like, "Yo, just keep it as a hobby." You know what I mean? So both of us went into college with the mindset of, whatever we do, we can't be art majors. We can't do that because, you know what I mean? It was just drilled in us by that point by multiple adults. So he just wanted to find a creative outlet. He found it in RTF. I was an undecided student for 2 years. I took so many social classes. I took so many psych classes. And then right before the deadline where I had to choose, on a whim, I took one law and justice class. And I was like, oh, that's easy. That was kind of interesting. Sure, I'll do that. And I threw all my social and psych credits out the window.
Oh, you probably could have got like a minor.
Yeah.
And had I been just that much better of a student and went to my advisors, they would have
that's
told
the
me,
thing.
yes, they would have told me, hey,
Concentrated in
I was pretty close to
could've.
getting a social minor, but I needed like one more class, which is
And?
so silly. I didn't do
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
regrets. I have a few.
Maybe
Hindsight
go
is
back.
2020.
Maybe it's time to go back.
Yeah, I don't think so. I got my master's. I'm good. I
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm done.
You're good. You're good.
So, what got you interested in working in the art? Like, how did you get involved with the place that was doing
Okay.
the T-shirt? The art
Yeah,
t-shirt?
so the
Like, how
place
did
was
you
called,
get interested
it was
in
called
that?
Mesquite Originals, and it was like a hand painted company. It was like in the early to mid 2000s. They're extremely popular. They were like on celebrities, they were on rappers, they were on musicians, they were everywhere. We would go to the store and buy the clothing. They were like $70 a t-shirt or something like that at that time, and I used to be like, "Mom, please, like, can we just," you know what I mean? So she would buy us a shirt every once in a while because it was just super expensive. And then
You're like, let's get a job there so we can get.
well,
that
the thing with that is like we had
Yeah.
our cousin. So our cousin that went to college, the one cousin, he ended up working. To this day, I still don't know what kind of job it was. His role was to get high school students into different places. And that company had just moved from Philly to Camden for tax breaks. So we didn't know that. We used to drive past the building and it said Mesquite on the side and it had like a bunch of like graffiti and all this cool looking stuff. We were like, that can't be the factory. That can't be where they make it. And it definitely was. So he's like, yo, you guys like to draw. And at the time, that's all we did. We just like draw and color or whatever, but we never touched paints. He was like, let me see if I can get you guys in there. It's not a part of the program, but let me make a couple phone calls and see what I can do. Lo and behold, he got us in there as like little interns, like just running around drying,
Minions.
just drying like the senior artist t-shirts. They would paint, and it would be our job to take them and put them through the dryer and then bring them back to them. And this is like the beginning of the summer. So a couple weeks go by. Again, each artist got paid by piecework. So if you did 50 shirts, you got paid for 50 shirts. If you did 15 shirts, you got paid for 15 shirts.
Okay.
So they were trying to maximize, you know what I mean, the speed at which they could work. So it was like, hey, you're just standing around not doing nothing. Here, take this. And then kind of like gave us a scraper. And it was like, hey, I'm going to put this paint down. All you got to do is just scrape down one time across 25 shirts. And it was like, all right, cool. We can do that. And then it was, all right, cool. A week later, yeah, just put that white down right there and then scrape that. So we were making these people money.
Yeah.
And then.
But they were also teaching you.
Also,
again, I don't think that's why they were doing it.
No, that's not why they were doing it. No.
That's exactly what it is.
They were making
taking advantage of us.
They were making their money, and it was just like, but it was cool though because we had the the wherewithal to be like, all right, you know what? Like we're picking something up here, and I can do that. It's easy enough. It's like, hey, can we put a second color down? And it's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. And since it made them money, they didn't care. Before long, by the end of the summer, we were making full shirts. And we hadn't known that the boss of the company, the owner of the company, had been watching us over the camera system like the whole summer. And we had no clue. So our little 2-month internship was done. And at the end, he was like, hey, if you want, I'll offer you a full-time position. You could work here and just come in after high school, get your grades, do whatever you need to do. And then come in and however many, pieces you can knock out is how much you get paid for. And it was like, what? You know what I
was
mean?
packing donut boxes in high school, y'all.
Oh, wow.
No, so, listen.
What were you? Did you have a high school job?
No.
Oh,
No,
what?
I played music on the side. I was playing music on the side.
Oh,
You
there
weren't
you
getting
go.
paid
for
There
that.
you go.
Oh, I got paid a ton of money for that.
You did?
Yeah.
Like how?
What?
You got little gigs here and
got
there.
signed
At
Yeah.
like 16?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. I was I was gigging all the time on the side.
I was gigging
Yeah.
Saxon all the time.
I was playing a ton of weddings or store openings or whatever they hired me for.
So you guys had really good exposure. Did you even consider when you were coming here that D-shirt design and all that paint and all the fun stuff that you were learning, the artistry, that you were going to do that or you wanted to do it professionally? Did that even cross your mind?
No.
No?
It just was cool to do.
Yeah.
And we loved fashion, so.
What did you think you were going to do with your RTF degree? Like, what was your...
Oh my God, I have no clue. Honestly, I have no clue. Zero clue.
Yeah.
You guys
I
were
really
here.
wanted to do film. That's
Yeah.
what I really. But it's like
We're
in South Jersey, it's like no film.
Yeah,
Unless
you
you
gotta
go to
go.
New York or
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
It's trying to
Or
expand now,
Atlanta.
obviously, but it's a little different probably back then.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
yeah, yeah.
So were you guys were designing off a template, or was this all creative, however you wanted to go?
Free form.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we adopted a style
Right.
from, and that was a good thing too. I think we were young and dumb and ready to learn,
Yeah,
and we were sponges. So each artist came in with their own style.
yeah.
Each shirt looked slightly different because of the artist. We were sitting under the learning tree of 20 to 30 adults who were artists, and we didn't have pride. We didn't have too much pride. We didn't have that much ego to be like, no, I don't want to do that. It was like, please teach me whatever you got. And we soaked everything up like a sponge, and here we are today.
And there was no bad habits to break because it wasn't like you were already an artist where they had to say, all right,
Right.
yeah, that's not how we do that. You guys came in
Exactly.
with zero
Yes,
blank
zero
canvas
experience.
and gonna learn it
Yes.
all. on your
First
craft.
time touching paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I think another thing that after we left, so the company eventually shut down.
I was gonna ask, is it still around?
Yeah,
like,
so the company shut down in 2013, 12-ish.
11, 12, something like that.
somewhere around there. And a lot of the artists that were there were grown-ups with kids, and they had responsibilities, so they had to go back to regular jobs, you know what I mean? And it was like, it hurts my heart. So, you know what I mean? To have to like, hey, all that talent, and then you're just sitting behind a cubicle, you know what I mean? And then, but the age of social media was slowly approaching, and it was kind of getting there. And I just think a lot of people just kind of like let it go. They did it for fun. They did it because they loved it, but they never made like a full-blown career out of it. I would think that besides like Ed Casso, who's another artist, he ended up moving to Atlanta to do really big things. I would say besides them, we're probably like two of the biggest like that came out of there who are still doing it, who are still making money out of it. And Saladin, absolutely.
People are probably like those kids that we taught
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
those
Yeah,
things.
Exactly.
But I think we were young and we were in a good place when we left, and it was like we literally finished. We're wrapping up there while we're at Rowan. So it was like, okay, let's make money. The only way we know how to make money was like, all right, we both joined a fraternity. My freshman year, his freshman year.
Different fraternities, though, right?
Same.
They're same.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I
Our
read
lives
different, and then I was
aligned.
like,
Yeah,
okay.
everything is.
Do you want to shout it out? Can we put the
Yeah,
fraternity?
Sure.
Go ahead,
Shout
Jimmy.
out to the Z Gamma chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity University, Rowan University, and all that good stuff. We're here. We're a tri-chapter: Rowan, Stockton, Rutgers, Camden. Unfortunately, Rutgers, Camden is a different chapter now, but Z Gamma chapter of Rowan University, Kappa Alpha Psi. So, and we're still very active. We're still.
Did y'all come back to homecoming this year?
Oh, absolutely,
course.
absolutely. But
That
we're all
tailgate was
the best.
awesome,
yeah,
wasn't it?
we're always in like our young boys like group chats, like, hey, what y'all got going on for this semester? So we pop up from time to time, the two of us, and every time we're on Rowan's campus, we're like, when did they build that building? Like
Yesterday.
Yeah.
When did that building go up? And it's always like, oh, okay.
It happens.
Yeah. So I mean, again, shout out to the frat, shout out to the Kappas. It's like it's a beautiful thing. Again, another decision that we both made that like changed the trajectory of again our college experience, but our life as well. That kind of kept us grounded. I joined my freshman year, and I already had like a group of brothers, alumni, who were like, "Yo, all right, now what do your grades look like? You know what I mean? Okay, now what are you doing for the chapter? How are you making the chapter grow?" So I had to learn. I got to be here on time. I got to be business savvy. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then he gets on campus the next year.
He made some waves for you, man.
He did.
Yeah. So he joins the next year. And to be fair, I told him, I was like, hey, you don't have to do this because I did this. I just said, hey, do your research. He was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, where do I sign up? How do I do this? Where do I join? And I was like, all right, cool. So he ends up joining. And then from there, it was like, all right, again, having alumni to look at us and say, hey, it ain't just partying. It ain't just having fun. Where's your community service hours? You know what I mean? Are you in class? Where's the study groups? That kept us grounded. That kept us on the, you know what I mean? Just kept us on a good path. Again, another decision that was like, all right, the first one was coming to college. Second one was joining my freshman year. Because had I not, who knows if I would have made it to sophomore or junior, who knows? You know what I mean? And then he came on. And at that point, it was like, all right, now I need to make sure that we're good for the both of us. You know what I mean? Now I got to make sure he's good. We're good. Our home is good. Z Gamma, we got to make sure the home is good. And the only way we can do that is by putting our best foot forward, dressing the part, looking the part, acting the part, because we're no longer just Lou and Jay. We're Lou and Jay the Noops, Lou and Jay the Kappas. So we have to put our best foot forward. So again, it was a great experience. We're still connected and we still come here because of the frat. So beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever get tired of each other?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we
just curious.
argue all the time.
All right, well, that
No,
was
because-
good because they're very well behaved.
I know. Well, you're very close in age, so you've been pretty much like in each other's. It seems like you like it though, which is nice. But you've been in each
Yes.
other's pockets for
Yes, for
forever.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking about this when we create art. Is the art really good if we didn't argue once or twice?
Yeah, we curse
what I
each
mean?
other
Like,
out.
all the time.
All the time.
All the time. And it's, again, at this point, we've never gotten into like a serious argument that's like kept us away. It's always like, all right, boom, an hour or two go by, like, all right, you trying to get something to eat? It's like, all right, cool, let's go, we out. And it's like nothing ever happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's just boys.
So what does mom think of all of this? Like, what did mom think of all this when you started to evolve all of this?
I think she felt better because she knew I was, so
She knew you were together.
Yes.
Are you the responsible one?
I'm the response.
Wait.
Well, he's the wild
It
child.
depends what we talking about responsible.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's talk
Okay.
about
It
it.
depends.
So he's the party boy.
Spell it
All right.
out.
He's the party guy.
Okay.
Of course.
So
That's why he liked my Pauly D sticker.
there you go. Yeah. So again, I've never drank a day in my life. I never smoked a day in my life. I never done
Straight
anything.
edge.
I just
Straight
super
edge guy.
straight edge. Yeah. This guy is the party guy. He's a fun guy, right? So he's a fun guy. So he gets to college his freshman year, and
He's just shrugging. For
yeah,
the audience.
he gets to college freshman year, and mom's like,
Watch
"What are
him.
you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh no, we're good." Meanwhile, he's shirtless somewhere, running around. I'm like, "Don't worry, mom, everything's good over
I
here."
got him.
Thought I recognized you when you walked in.
Yeah.
Everything's good over here, mom. Nothing to worry about.
No,
So-
nothing.
yeah, so I think She was definitely worried. It was like the
Imagine
first
that.
time we were away from home, and
Yeah.
but she also knew that we were together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that definitely
What a good thing. Like that's what I would want for my boys. I'd love for them to be together.
And then again, like I said, my boy Mike, who we grew up, come to the house constantly. So we were surrounded by people who were, you know what I mean, my mom knew, and it was just like, all right, how's everybody doing over there? Everybody's good. And another thing is we commuted. So we didn't live on campus. But we lived on campus.
Yeah.
No, that happens.
Slept on some
Yeah, that
couches.
happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, through the fraternity, our brotherhood grew. And it was like, oh, that's another room where I could stay. You know what I mean? Oh, we can stay. So it literally went from like me coming home every day, every 2 days, to like me not coming home for after. I would like pack a bag. Like
Mom's like, when are you coming home?
Yeah. I would have my books in the bag. I would have like 2 books in the bag and then like 3 outfits, a toothbrush, and I'd just be walking around campus, like. And then he got on campus and quickly learned, like, oh, okay, yeah, I could just. So we would catch the shuttle bus back home to Camden, grab our stuff. I'm like, all right, Mom, we're gonna be going for.
She said, "What again?
Again? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Are you gonna eat? How you gonna eat? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, Mom.
My frat brother got limited swipes
There you go.
at the calf.
Limited swipes.
Unlimited swipes
Yeah.
was a thing.
It was a thing.
Yeah, so I mean, we made it work, and then like I said, she wouldn't see us for a week or two, but it was always like every day, hey, what's going on? And then everybody, so I would have to give the scouting report. Mother, we're fine.
Mother,
we're fine.
Mother,
Jay went to
he's
class today.
Put his shirt on
Yeah,
today.
I went to class today. We both ate. We're fine. We're good. We'll be back in 2 or 3 days, maybe. So
And then graduation hit, and you guys were on the stage, and it finally took.
yes. So I have a photo of me, myself, my brother, and Mike all together, and it was like, we did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We did
it's a
it.
big
We did it.
celebration, man.
Yeah. It was a wonderful thing, and again, not just that. I tried to explain this to my kid, like having Jay around was like that kept me grounded. You know what I mean? I think we all kept each other grounded, because if it was always, we had separate groups. You know what I mean? That we would go out and chill with, but it was always like, yo, bro, I don't think you shouldn't be over there. Or you shouldn't be, you know what I mean? Maybe watch out for that guy. You know what I mean? It was always like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I know we got family that we can kind of like, we can look out for each other. And to this day, I tell my kid all the time, I'm like, yo, one of those friendships, those are rare. You know what I mean? You don't find those all the time. But I also tell her, like, each part of your life, because she was just she's in high school now, she's a freshman, but it was like through middle school she has 2 other friends, and it was like, we're gonna do everything together. We're gonna go to high school together, we're gonna go to college together, we're gonna work together, we're gonna live our whole lives next door. And she quickly learned they all got accepted to different high schools, and their world came crumbling down. And I'm like, well, listen,
It's good.
yeah, I'm like, you're gonna grow, you're gonna meet new people, and then you're gonna go to college. And I like to think that the people you meet in college are going to be the people that stick around you for quite some time. And you can hang on to those friends, but your college, the people and the groups that you chill with in college are going to be like, those are my people. Yeah. So I try to explain that to her. She's just too young to understand right now. But I'm like, I'm hoping you get
We're gonna
there.
get her here.
Yeah. But I bring her on campus now. So like if my frat brothers are having a step show or a homecoming, I took her to homecoming.
Yeah.
And she got to bring those 2 friends who are in different high schools now. And I do that because I wish somebody had done that for me so that I could look forward to college.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure.
I was like, college books. I don't want to.
What's college?
More.
I mean, there is some of the books.
Yeah. So she knows she has to do that. Yeah, she knows she has to do the work. She's a straight A student, something I never was. So she sees the book stuff and she's like, I could handle that. But I'm like, look, you can also have fun. You can also. You know what I mean?
And it's going to look very different because I just toured I was fortunate that I toured the new VR labs that are over in the library.
What?
Yeah. What?
Unbelievable. They're not even going to have books. They're just going to do everything through like a headset. There's not even going to be any
crazy.
books anymore.
It's great. Well, yeah, it's right now. She comes home like, do you have books? And she's like, books, Dad?
Yeah.
We have a Chromebook. Like we have a laptop.
Yeah.
I'm like, so no. It took maybe a month into high school, and I'm like, did you get any books? You still haven't gotten any
Yeah, like,
textbooks?
did you wrap them in?
Yeah, in the paper, yeah. In a brown paper bag.
Then you got to draw on it. That was fun.
I'm like, so she still hadn't gotten any books. I'm like, man,
We
like,
used to have to carry around big old books.
Yeah.
Like, are you lying? Where are your books
Exactly.
in your
So
locker?
that's why I was like-
Where are they?
so I was trying to explain to her. I'm like, oh yeah, when you get to high school, you're gonna after your second day, second half of the day, you're
Gotta
gonna
switch
have
out
to
your
go,
books
go to the
between
lockers.
classes.
And then she's like, I never.
She's like, you're so out of touch, Dad.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
You're old.
What's
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, I haven't been to my locker once this year. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, seriously?
yeah, because everything's in the laptop. I was like, wow.
She needs to check her like lip gloss or something.
Oh,
There's got to
yeah.
be a mirror in there or something. That's what all the best locker stuff is for.
As a local guy here with a Philadelphia Flyers tie, you're not going to get any. You're not going to get out of here without these questions. My man over here, Jay, is repping the New Jersey Devils over here.
Okay.
And we're from the Camden area, which is it's closer to the Philly side.
Yes, absolutely.
Can we describe this, please?
All right, so we recently did a project with the Jersey Devils.
Okay.
So
We won't hold that against you.
Yeah.
we're not really hockey fans.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I rep Philly everything.
All right, good.
Because we
Okay.
in Camden.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
Sixers,
Yeah. All right.
I'm Birds, I'm Phils. I like the Yankees too, but
Okay.
I'm Phils, Birds, Sixers.
Yeah.
But I don't really. Again, we don't do hockey.
No
so.
hockey's no. I was gonna say.
But we did a
we're
project
Sixers
with the Jersey Devils,
And they reached out to you guys?
Yes,
fans.
Let's talk about
it was an open call.
it was an open call
Okay.
for
For
Hispanic
Hispanic.
Heritage Night.
Okay, cool.
And we got accepted.
What were they looking for? Tell us what they were looking for. What was the open call for?
I think it was just like a Hispanic artist.
Yeah, a Hispanic
in New
artist for
Jersey.
Hispanic Heritage Night.
Yeah, and
That they was
like,
hosting.
we were like, all right, they're up north again. No South Jersey, North Jersey beef. We was like,
They're not gonna pick
They're not
us.
going to come down here. They're going to see South Jersey, and they're like, oh no, those country folk can stay down there.
Yeah, right?
So we didn't we submitted
Before you finish though,
Yeah.
I have this song because right before we got here, we had an interview.
All right.
He's like,
all
let me
right.
tell you.
He's really defensive
We
about
wanted
it.
to show off our.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
no.
a little
That
jam.
works
I
out.
also saw him clean a paint cap with his shirt too.
All right.
I saw him use it as somewhat of a smock.
Okay, that's fine then. Then much respect.
Yeah,
I
for
respect
sure.
that at least. I respect that at least.
So while we're here, if the Philadelphia Flyers want to sponsor us for our project, we'd be more than happy to. So that's what it was. We the open casting call Hispanic in New Jersey, create art for Hispanic Heritage Month. We submitted it. We thought we submitted it wrong, so we submitted a second one, and we're like, all right.
What kind of art were they looking for? Like you did shirts,
They
but
just
is that
said
what they were looking for?
It was like just send us your portfolio,
Okay.
and we'll see how it goes.
We do all types of art now.
Yeah.
Yes,
So after we graduated, we tapped back into our art bag.
Yeah.
Is what I can say. We do graphics, graphic design, all that type of stuff. Traditional paint on canvas. We do tons of that.
So
we-
murails, clothing stuff,
Yeah.
illustration.
So those
graphics.
boxes,
So-
those really cool
and is it, I'm
boxes.
sorry.
I want those.
Is it always like abstract or is it always like
the
A
most
lot,
part,
a lot of our stuff is abstract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of our art is based in abstract, again, because of where we came up
Sure.
and where we started. So it was that. But again, the art was just like, the art call was, hey, send us your portfolio. Big thing was like, tell us your story about being Hispanic and all that good stuff. So we sent them our portfolio. And then our story is a little bit different because we're both 100% Puerto Rican, yet we don't speak Spanish. And a big part of that is because our parents came from Puerto Rico and they got picked on for not knowing English and, you know what I mean, all that stuff. So my father to this day has a very thick accent. Like he'll say something, huh? We thought, I was like, okay, I heard you the second time. All right, cool. So, so they didn't teach us. So it was like, all right, you know what?
Did they speak Spanish in the house?
Oh,
All the time.
Our whole lives.
Were you
yeah,
like,
that's-
what are they
But
saying?
they didn't speak to us.
Yeah. So I mean, it was one of those things like we grew up within the culture. We grew up in the culture, the music, the food, you know what I mean, everything. You know what I mean, we were always there, but we always felt a disconnect because we didn't speak the language. And we almost grew like resentment towards it because, again, family parties, the music is blasting, and we're like, oh, come on, man. You know what I mean? We got Titi, we got Theo over there dancing, and mom dancing with Pop, and it's just like, can we go home, please? Like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. And it just, cause it was the ignorance of just not knowing our language, so we couldn't connect the same way they could. So when they wanted a story about like the Hispanic heritage, as we gotten older, we've learned to appreciate it and kind of like dive into it a little more. And we do our best. I probably understand it a little better than this guy.
We don't like Duolingo?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? We're like, oh, Duolingo.
I should
Yeah.
hop on Duolingo.
Yeah. So I tried it for a little bit, and then it was just like, oh man, that bird got a little pushy.
Yeah, man.
That
Oh,
bird
yeah,
got,
yeah.
The
Oh,
bird
yeah.
got a little
Oh,
pushy.
Constantly
Yeah.
sent you notifications.
Yeah.
Like, all right, dude, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So
I don't want to learn today.
Exactly. So I mean, so then again, like as we got older, we kind of like, all right, let's look in, you know what I mean, more into where we're from, and you know what I mean, learn a little more, and we're just like more open to it now. But again, like the Puerto Rican household where we grew up, where we live, I mean, we're surrounded by our culture. So it's not like we missed anything. We just don't know the language. And we said that in our story. TikTok has labeled people like us the no sabo kids. And no sabo is kind of like making fun of like no sabe inglés. But if you don't know Spanish, you say Sabo because you just don't know. So they call us the No Sabo kids who, and they're kind of like, we're kind of like looked down on, like, oh, but you're not really Spanish. You know what I mean? You're not really Hispanic because you don't, you know what I mean? How could you be if you don't understand? So it's that whole conversation. So in our story, we
You would
submitted.
never tell me like, oh, I'm not Italian because
Yeah,
I don't speak Italian. And my parents just making up Italian words. So I don't know.
yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like we're kind of looked at a certain way because we don't know the language, and we wanted to tell that story. Like, yo, there's a whole group of people like us who aren't represented, and we, you know what I mean, we're in it. Like, we grew up in the lifestyle, we just don't speak it, and it's not fair to people like us who we're disconnected, you know what I mean, because we're shunned almost, like we're looked at funny because we don't know the language and stuff. So
Meanwhile, your parents, it seems like, did it to kind of protect you a little bit.
yes, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And again, it's so.
But that was the appeal, it sounds like, for the Devils. That's what they liked.
Yeah, so they
yeah.
again, I think our stories was different. I mean, because everybody, I feel like I don't know who submitted, but what I would imagine somebody who submitted was like, hey, you know what I mean, this is our culture. I love our culture. We grew up in this. We grew up in that. Where our story came from a different angle. We're
Sure.
like, hey, we love our culture. We just aren't as accepted. And there's a whole group of people like us who aren't represented. And it was like, okay. But then on top of that, not to pat ourselves on the back, they were like, your portfolio was amazing.
Is this part of the portfolio?
So it wasn't.
We
but
made
this
these
is,
for the Hispanic
yeah, we just
Heritage
made it
Night.
to show up that night. With
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah. So we
I
sent.
should've bought the jerseys, didn't I?
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, but we sent our stuff in, and they were like, "Yo, the portfolio was amazing. The story was amazing. You have 2 weeks to create a whole thing." And it was because it was at the start of the hockey season, which I couldn't even tell you what
So what were they asking you to design? Like, what were they asking you to design?
the jersey. We created a whole jersey from.
This one.
I'll show you a
This
photo.
is-
Yeah.
This one, we got it in the car.
So we made the warm up jerseys for the whole team.
So
For Hispanic Heritage Night, they got to
one
wear
by one.
No. So like we created digitally.
Okay.
They got them sewn, printed, sewn, and yeah. So it was a whole thing. All the players wore them for practice, skate around before the game. We created digital assets that were shown on the jumbotron. They shined our light like on the ice. The whole stadium was our art. And it was an amazing experience, a super, super cool experience. Again, just for us, for the culture, you know what I mean, to hear the Spanish music playing while our stuff is, you know what I mean, just everywhere. That was cool. But again, to work with an organization like the New Jersey Devils, just a big organization, it was cool for a lot of people who have seen us since Rowan or
Got
before
exposure.
Rowan. Yeah, and it was just like, oh, we know those guys, you know what I mean? And we kept it a secret until the New Jersey Devils posted it on social media.
Well, we found out. That's how we found out. And it was like, can we do the quickest turnaround ever on this story? And I was like, it's like today.
Yeah.
This is higher ed. We just don't work that fast.
We do. You know, the two of us do. I don't know about you, but the two of us do. How do people find you? If people want to like look up your stuff.
So on Instagram primarily is at the Super Poor Kids. Everything spelled regular, TheSuper POORKIDS. It's a long name. I'm sorry. And the name itself, everybody's like Super Poor Kids. What is it? I mean, it's always like a weird name when everybody hears it up front. But again, it just ties back to us being from Camden.
Yeah.
And we grew up the poor kids. A lot of what we do is just ingrained in the DIY culture, learn how to do it ourselves, we taught ourselves graphic design, the Adobe suite. You know, we taught ourselves pretty much how to paint, create our style. I mean, it was just a lot, you know what I mean? So like the Super Poor Kids is not just a name, it's kind of a lifestyle. And it was like, everybody wants the rich and the fancy things. And it was like, let's kind of lean into who we are. Let's not pretend to be somebody who we're not. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, all right, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to not come from the finest things. You know what I mean? Like that makes you who you are. You know what I mean? For the longest time growing up in Camden is like, yo, you better not be. And it wasn't like you shouldn't be. It was, yo, you better not be a product of your environment. As we got older, it was like, no, we are a product of our environment. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be in the negative. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be so dark and grim. We came out of the situation. We grew up in Camden, and here we are. You know what I mean? We're a product of our environment. So we lean into it with the Super Poor Kids title. But that's that. If you social media, at the Super Poor Kids, everything spelled the same, no underscores.
What advice do you have? Because I know you guys you're busy folks. You were on campus all morning.
Yes.
You were doing some really cool things. I got the pleasure of watching you work together and paint on a sweatshirt, which I will probably already be on social media by the time the podcast comes out. But such cool work. You work nicely together. At least you did on camera.
You guys were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like you had good balance of like
For
who was
sure.
doing what. So I think you've got a groove. What kind of advice do you have for students that maybe are coming to college for the first time, don't really know what path they want to pursue, or potential artists? Like, you got a lot of avenues you could give advice on. What's your big advice for incoming students or students here at Rowan?
You want to go first?
Goodness gracious.
Oh, put them right on the
Come on,
spot.
Jay, you got this.
Yeah.
My advice, I just honestly just experience new things. I mean, for me, I got into RTF because of one of my fraternity brothers, Brandon Jones, and he was like, "Yeah, let's just do RTF." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I wanted to do film. He wanted to do radio. But anyways, get a good group of friends. That's what I would say.
Good,
And
surround
just
yourself with
kinda-
good humans.
Yeah. Because I mean, we went into college blind. We didn't know what we wanted to do. I would assume that the kids now, by the time they get to college, they would know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
I know, but I would
Yeah.
assume
Yeah.
because times is a little different now. Everyone's
They
going
got
to
the
college
world
now.
at their fingertips. Yeah.
That too. Got the world at their fingertips. But I mean, I would just say experience new things. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think for me, my whole thing with whether it's art or wherever is just like break the rules. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's something that we've done for a long time. Again, we don't have a traditional art background. So when we go to these traditional art spaces and try to talk our art, it's like, well, where'd you go to school? Or where'd you learn? Or what museums have you been in? Or what showcases? And it's like, there's so many different ways to do art. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be so linear. So I would say break the rules, have fun, don't lose sight of why you're doing something. And then again, I had this whole tangent earlier about schools teaching kindergartners or telling kindergartners you got to color inside the lines. And it's like, who made these rules? Why do we have to
I have a
do that?
kindergartner
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
He's
so
a
it's
very
like-
good colorer inside the line.
Yeah, I
Inside
mean,
the lines? Let him go outside a little bit.
I'm not monitoring his coloring at all. Sometimes they'll
Yeah.
ask me, what color should this be? I'm like, it can be any color that you want.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, make that tree red, make it yellow, make it purple, whatever. Again, just break the rules, have fun. I just think that, you know what I mean? All the greatest people who've done the greatest things, they've all broken the rules some way, shape, or form. And it's never frowned upon when you make it. You know what I mean? But we don't see all the times where it's like, yo, oh, that's the weird guy, or he's doing the weird thing. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it that way until they make something of themselves and it's like, oh, well, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? So be a rule breaker, have fun.
Okay, so if you could have Lou and Jay
Yeah.
do one piece of artwork for you, and they could have it on anything. You could have it on a piece of clothing. You could have it on a canvas. It could be, oh my goodness, there's so many things. They have these really cool creative, like, boxes on their Instagram. That's what I would do. I would want them to do boxes for me, like storage solutions.
Storage solutions.
Yeah, but like in their design. What would you have them design for you?
So, well, I'll do two things. Can I
Okay.
have two
Oh,
things?
I guess.
Well, there's
Sure.
two guys.
Don't be
They can
greedy.
do it. But they both, each one can do something if
Okay.
they wanted to, guys. No. So I'm a big Eagles fan, right? So something creative with the from the sports side.
Okay.
But
like a
that-
jersey, kind of like.
Yeah, like a jersey would be cool because it was kind of like it was a Devil's thing that he was
I know.
wearing there.
But
that
Lou's was real cool.
Yeah.
This was real cool.
But the other thing is so I like the stock market,
Okay.
right?
Okay. I don't know.
No,
how
this is going
trying
somewhere.
to-
This is
okay.
going somewhere. I
can't
promise.
wait.
We've always talked about some artwork for my house, and so in there's called in stock trading world for folks who do that. There's stuff called like Japanese candlesticks,
Okay.
but I would like a really like funky design for them because they're very like rigid looking.
What is this?
So it's for charting purposes. If you're going to
Okay.
stock chart, so
Okay.
if you're looking at a stock price.
This is like
of a
the
ticker
most
symbol. I know.
artsy thing.
Artsy, but look, they're very boxy.
Okay.
But imagine if he could do something like abstract, and I'm drawing it as we speak.
Yeah,
this whole thing.
and For the audience, you're missing nothing.
Yeah.
Rob's got a square on a piece of paper.
I want to listen
with
to
some lines.
Yeah. Like
I still have no idea what he's talking about.
Just
We're
do
all
the
going to have to Google it.
Just do the Eagles.
My
Just
apologies.
keep it easy.
But they were a really good time. Love having family on the show, and they take care of each other and they work together, and they have a really good gig going on. And we wish them all the best luck, and we know that we're going to continue to see their artistry grow and be present in the area. And
Beyond the Brown and Gold logo.
Wait, why I can't?
We should ask
get them to do something on campus.
Like what?
I don't know. They're
Like
doing
Japanese
all kinds of
candlesticks?
mural
They
wall
could do
art.
Japanese
Why don't we have some? Oh, what if they did a side of Westby? Okay, I got to make some calls. That would
Okay.
be so cool.
Just don't tell Joe Campbell for facilities.
Okay. No, that's how I have to ask.
I
I'm
think
sure he'll proof.
he'll green light that easy.
You've been listening to Beyond the Brown and Gold on Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM. You can find more episodes on your favorite podcasting platforms by searching for Beyond the Brown and Gold or Rowan Radio On Demand.